morning. So it's actually a couple of days since you last seen me. I did not end up in the hospital, so don't panic. But I just did take a little bit of time to try and get myself together. Oh god, I'm yawning again, I'm sorry. Oh, I just cannot stop yawning. So yeah, just took a couple of days to get myself together type thing. I was also working and I just thought there's no point in me like starting to film something at this time and then, you know, I'm working in between and then I'm just 5 minutes at the end. So I thought, you know what, I'm not feeling great, let's just leave it. So I've kind of failed Vlogmas. I've failed it, I've failed doing it every day. But what I am going to say is, what I'm going to try and do is just do like Monday to Friday up until Christmas, because on the weekends it's just a little bit too much. You know, I'm either working, like I say, and that takes up a big chunk of my day, or I'm with Alan and Jack, and maybe I might film little bits for doing nice things, but sometimes it's just silly things like we're doing washings and getting the house clean. It's not very interesting. So anyway, or we go up to Alan's mum and dad sometimes and we just sit and relax. So, you know, I think I'm just going to do Monday to Friday Vlogmas. That seems to suit me a little bit better, but we failed it anyway. A little bit of a, I've just poured myself another cup of coffee. Yeah, but just a little update. So I don't know if I have a kidney or had a kidney infection. It seems to have subsided. Plenty of water, a little bit more fluid intake, and a couple of painkillers for a few days seemed to do the trick. Still had no urinary symptoms, which I find very odd. But also, I phoned, like I had diabetes people, right? So I phoned them. Blood sugars were fine, but I was just like, listen, I'm wondering if somebody could tell me what my kidney function is. Because when you're diabetic, pretty much all other systems of your body are affected by your diabetes. Not always, and it's different for every diabetic. And obviously if you look after yourself and you keep your blood sugar control good, there is less risk of it happening. But even with good blood sugar control, the risks are still there. Things like damage to the back of your eyes, things like damage to other organs in the body and other systems in the body, nerve cells and like nerve endings, and that's how sometimes you hear about people having diabetic feet and ulcers and all these other kind of things. It's lovely. It's just lovely. Yeah, just damage to other parts of the body consistently. And sometimes that gets me down, and I think as well, like, the last video you saw me in, I was like, something's not right here. And I know I was quite jokey about it, but being serious at the moment, sometimes it does affect me, because I start to think, do you know what? My body is going to start to fail me one day. So far it's been really good and I've looked after it and it's looked after me to a degree. But even for a normal woman who, you know, is having a pregnancy and isn't diabetic, it still puts a lot of strain on your body. And then when you are diabetic, and there's other factors as well, like my heart and stuff come into it as well, and you start to just feel a little bit like you're let down by your body, and you've done it well and you wonder why it's letting you down, and it starts to get a little bit hard. And I really was worried that there was something going on with my kidneys that was a little bit more serious, even though I know I was sitting laughing about it. That's my kind of nature, a nervous laugh, let's say. But genuinely, I thought, what if this is the beginning of the end for the kidneys? What if this is the start of some sort of chronic kidney disease because of my diabetes, and off the back of that? And as I say, not every diabetic will get that, and somebody could have really good control and still get some sort of element of kidney disease, and somebody could have poor control and maybe not get kidney disease. It's very much down to your body, your diabetes, genetics probably as well. But you know, it's the luck of the draw, so to speak. And if you aren't looking after your diabetes, there is more risk of things happening. I like to think that I've looked after mine for a long time. In my teens, I let it kind of go by the wayside, but I've looked after it now for at least a couple of decades. You know, I've been on a pump for 15 years and I've been really clued up on my diabetes. But despite that, it still might cause some issues. So I had some genuine, long story short, I had some genuine concerns about my kidneys, phoned them and was like, can somebody check this? So I actually have an appointment now on Friday morning to go and get my eyes, feet and my bloods checked for that as well. So, oh, the joys. And you have to laugh. And I think I laugh because I had my heart surgery when I was like 7 and 8, and then I got diabetes when I was 12, and I'm now going to be 37 in January. And you start to think, you know, this is my life, this is my body, this is normal for me. Anybody else might hear these things and think, whoa, that's quite scary, that's quite shocking. I have to laugh because I'm just like, if I don't fucking laugh, I would just sit and cry. Like, all the time. And do you know what? I also have to think, like, I could have something much worse. Like, maybe something degenerative. I could have something like a cancer. This is managed. And although even when you manage it well, it might still boot you in the arse. It's managed. I can do something about it. So I have to think that way as well. But it's tough at times. It is tough. So I just needed to take a few days to like let my brain think about it. And I'll go and get my blood checked on Friday, and I will ask them about my kidney function and double check that it's fine. But yeah, we'll see what happens with that. It is actually 10 o'clock and I have edited 2 videos. So they are currently uploading to YouTube to go up today and tomorrow. This will go up the day after that. It'll all make sense when you're watching it, I'm sure. But my plan now is to get myself a shower, I think, and do another couple of videos, and then I'm at work this evening. So I'm going to work at 5 o'clock this evening till 1:30 in the morning. Like, it's a funny little shift, but I kind of like it because you're so used to doing like a night shift and you're working till, you know, 8 in the morning or something like that. You're working from 7 till 8 in the morning. So this is a bit different, and I think it'll be quite nice, like driving home and getting into your bed about 2 o'clock. It'll be quite nice. Buzzer. Oh, it wasn't for me. It wasn't that exciting. Right, anyway, what the fuck was I saying there? Yeah, so a little half shift. So I think that'll be quite nice. Oh, I was also going to say, and I'm not just saying this because it's like Christmas and January's coming up, I think I'm going to go back to the gym. I haven't been for about 2 months. I didn't stop my, what do you call it, membership, and I was going again, but I feel like when I started this job and like the training and all that, I let it fall by the wayside. I did, probably just before we went on holiday to Lanzarote. I let it fall by the wayside and haven't been, and see with everything going on, my kind of concerns about my health, and also just being told that I'm going to have to reduce my thyroxine as well, because if you've got high thyroid, right, like a hyperactive thyroid, you lose weight. It's not good for you, but you lose weight. And I am aware that now that I might be reducing the medication that's made it high, I might put weight on. It is also Christmas, and it is also like the time to indulge. So I'm starting to think, you know what, I might go back to the gym this week as well. Will I go today? That's maybe slim, but I probably should. And again, for me, it's not about putting weight on, it's because of my health. Like, I don't want to gain weight because it puts more strain on my heart. It's harder to control my blood sugars and all that other kind of stuff. It's better if I'm in a fitter mode. So anybody wants to come on here and give all this fucking like fat phobia shite to me, you can just fuck off, quite frankly, because this is for my health. And as a healthcare professional, I'm telling you, it is better to be healthy. Doesn't matter what size you are, it's better to be healthy, okay? So I think I'm going to head back to the gym, and it's quite good because now that I know when I'm working, and I know when I'm working all the time now, I don't have to wait for rotas coming out. I know when I'm working all the time, apart from Christmas. That's the only time they change their rotas, over the Christmas weeks. I will always know what I'm working now, so that means that I can plan when I go to the gym and what classes I might want to go to. So I think I'm going to go back to that too. But at the moment, I'm going to finish this coffee and I'm going to get in a shower, do a little bit of cleaning, probably, dead exciting, and some filming stuff for YouTube. That's my plan. Hey, so I thought, right, I know I feel like all my vlogs now, they were all in the living room, now they're all in the bedroom. But I thought I would pop on because I've just come out of the shower, so my hair is kind of damp still. I don't know if you can see that. Gave it a little blast with a hairdryer, or the shark, whatever you want to say. But I obviously put a video up about the shark, and I've touched on it again since then, since having my new hairdo. I look wild, my fringe is mental. I just wanted to touch on it again because I still have people commenting on that video, obviously, because people were looking for that video, which is fair enough. But people giving me tips and being like, oh, try this, try that. And I think in that video I did actually say if you have any advice, so fair play. However, I still stand by 2 things. One, I think the product is overpriced. I think the product doesn't need to be the price it is. I think during Black Friday there was deals on, maybe during Christmas there will be as well. But I don't think it needs to be as expensive as it is. I think if you could buy different attachments, like just buy the handle and then buy the bits you want, rather than getting it in a set, would be a better idea, because there are things that I will never use. I will never use a diffuser. I do not have curly hair in any way, shape or form. And the smoothing brush I will never use because my hair is naturally poker straight like I've used a straightener on it. Now, other people had been like as well, oh, if you try this, if you try that. But ultimately, what I was trying to say in that video, and I'm sorry if I wasn't clear about it, was this is a curling attachment, right? And if you've got hair like mine, fine and kind of straight as a die, this will not hold a curl. So if that is what you're buying it for, you will be disappointed. However, I did have somebody who commented and I replied to them and said, this is actually what I've been using to blow dry my hair, because I do all the little sections in the curls, and what it does for my type of hair is makes it look like a nice bouncy blowout. That's what it does. It does not look like curled hair. If I want curled hair, I am needing to use a straightener or a curling wand. This does not do that. So I just wanted to touch on that there. Like I always say, if you like something and I don't like it, don't fucking take offence to it. And I'm obviously still using this product. I don't actually regret buying this product. Again, for two reasons. One, I got it cheaper because this is actually, somebody bought it and then had their head shaved and they didn't need it anymore, so they were selling it. So I got it at a cheaper price than the full price. But also, I love the way it looks. It gives me that lovely bouncy blowout, which I cannot achieve with the blowout brush. If I use the blowout brush, my hair will just, it'll maybe have a little bit of volume, but it will just be straight. This gives me the blowout effect with the curling ones. So I just wanted to touch on that again, because I feel that people were taking it all to heart and stuff like that, and I'm like, listen, the advice I'm trying to give you is because if you're buying this thinking it's going to curl your hair, it won't hold a curl. And also, some people had been like, try this, try that, try this. I have tried everything. I have tried spraying hairspray on each section, I've tried doing this, I've tried, it still doesn't hold a curl, and it still doesn't hold a curl for any length of time for my type of hair. If I put like, okay, each section, I curl it, spray it, right? Curl it, spray it. And actually somebody had suggested, why don't you use loads and loads of sea salt spray? And that, I don't want to do that, I'm not going to lie. The reason I don't want to do that is because with the kind of hair I've got, and with it being oily at the roots and very, very straight, that's just going to make my hair look dirty, and it's going to lose the shine if I use loads of sea salt spray like that. So if I use hairspray, it will hold that bounce, it ain't going to hold a curl. Within about 30 minutes, even now, if I start on this side, by the time I've got to this side, these curls will be falling. That is just the way it is. So buy with caution, that's what I'm going to say. I'm really pleased with it, I use it every single day, and I love what it does to my fringe. However, buy with caution, that's what I'm going to say. Now I'm just going to go on and blow dry my hair. Alright, so I've came back, I finished my hair. I think they're looking pretty equal at the moment. As I said, I have hairsprayed. But you can see how this one is starting to fall a little bit, like it's a little bit longer. We're still up kind of here with this one. But I know for a fact, like, if I come back to you in an hour's time, this will not look like this anymore. And I also think, like, yes, there are kind of perfected curls on this side at the moment, but you can see on this side what I mean about it's turning into a little bit more of a nice blow dry. Because if I pick up a bit from the back of my hair here, let's look at this bit. That ain't curly. It definitely does not curl the hair. It gives that bouncy kind of blowout look to the hair. That's what I say. And I don't hate it. I don't hate it at all. But this effect does not stay. It just doesn't. Not on my type of hair. I'm literally just going to do the dishes for two reasons. One, I was doing some swatching and I want to wash my hands. But also because there's dishes here to be done. And then I basically have some, like, just fucking put in the washing away and all that other kind of shit. I'm going to get around to that. But I did just film my Black Friday haul video. So that's why I was doing the swatches. And I have to say, Violet FR shadows, you're not going to see it. It's not going to look that great. But my God, what a beautiful pair of eyeshadows. Oh my God. So anyway, just getting this washing done, and then I think I'm going to make myself some lunch. I think I'm going to make myself an omelette because I'm quite hungry. I'm just washing my sink. I feel like this is something, I don't know about anybody else, but see your draining board. Is it something about people of the male of the species don't wash the draining board down? Alan is good, like, he does the dishes, we're very eeky peeky, we do things around the house together, right? But there's certain things, I bet you there's certain things I don't do as well, but there's certain things that I'm just like, why would you not wipe down the draining board? wipe it down, otherwise it gets so mungy and horrible. So at the moment I'm just giving these a wee rinse, and then I'm going to make myself a nice omelette for my lunch. I'm anticipating it's a whole thing. It's not just like a quick. Right, so I'm going to now sit and eat my omelette and watch from Vlogmas. I've been watching Michaela McDade. I've spoken about Michaela for years now. I've been watching her for a long time, but Vlogmas. I've also been watching Emma as well. So if you don't follow their channels, make sure that you head over and do so. But I'm going to take 5 minutes, eat my lunch, then try and sort some stuff to put a vlog up today, and just enjoy 5 minutes peace and not doing anything. Right, so I've just had to get dressed to go down and get Jack from nursery. Alan was supposed to be picking him up today because he knows I'm getting ready for work, but he's stuck in traffic, so I'm just going to jump round and get the little man. It will not take me 2 seconds, and then I'll come back here. I did manage to film the Violet FR video. I've kind of took the eyeshadow off now because I didn't want to be going to work with crazy gold eyeshadow on, but this lip, it's gorgeous. It's absolutely stunning. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to run down and get him, then I'll come back and finish the hoovering because I'm not going to have time to do everything now because he was stuck in traffic. happens. And I need to be out the door in half an hour, so he better fucking move his ass.